All right, so welcome to this video. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up and run a YouTube ads campaign here in Nigeria. Right. But before I get into that, my name is Treasure and I help businesses run ads on Google platforms, right? YouTube, search, and the rest. So if you need help with running your own Google ads campaign or YouTube ads campaign, you can click the link in the description to get in touch with me. So let's just get into it. So once you've created your account, you are going to get directed to this page here. So click on this new campaign button, new campaign. You can choose sales or leads because that is where majority of you guys will want to choose, right? But I like to create without any guidance. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to click on that. It's not a performance max campaign. It's not search. It's demand gen. It's not even video. It's demand gen. So click on demand gen. Before you create your campaign, make sure you have set up your conversion tracking. This is very, very important. I'm not going to go into that in this video because I think I have a video on conversion tracking, so you can find out, or you can even search online. You should be able to find something. But this is very important. If you have created your campaign without this, you can still go ahead to create these conversion actions, but make sure you have them before you launch your campaign. So I'm just going to leave that like that because I've already set up conversion tracking for this account, and we're just going to click continue. So I'm going to start new. You don't need to worry about that. All right, so it should bring you to this page. So for the campaign name, make sure you give your campaign a name so that you can easily remember. But I'm going to leave it like this for the sake of this video. I'm not going to go into that. For if you have a Google Merchant Center account, make sure to enable this. It's going to generate the product feed for all your products. But for this case, I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to run a normal campaign. So I'm not going to focus on that. For your bidding strategy, make sure it's conversions. If you have run a search campaign before, you probably start with clicks, but for YouTube, it's conversions. For demand gen, it's conversions. For conversion goal, again, we're going to skip that. Also, ignore this because I've not run campaigns on this account for a while, so ignore that. Also, ignore that and ignore this. For the budget, make sure it's set at a daily budget and not a campaign total. So I'm just going to set a daily budget of, because this is a tutorial. I don't want to make any mistake. I'm just going to put $1. And for the start dates, okay, minimum budget 580. Yeah. For the start dates, depends on when you want to start, right? End dates. If you have an end date in mind, you can put. I don't usually put, so I'm gonna leave that. Skip this. Skip the brand guidelines. If you have brand colors or brand themes, you can add that. I'm not going to go into that in this video. Like I said, it's just going to be a straightforward tutorial to help you get something up and running. Make sure you select this, that it doesn't have any EU political ads, or you can also do that from your account settings, but make sure this set on no. For location and languages, you can use you can set it at your campaign level, right? For search campaigns, if you have run it before, it's on your campaign level. But for demand gen, you can also choose to set it at your ad group level. But in this case, I'm just going to set it at the campaign level. Make sure this is presence, not presence or interest. And for your location, enter another location. Let's just use Lagos States. So let's just do that. You can also target specific areas, right? For the language, it's very important to select a language. So English. For the devices, I don't like some devices like TV screens. I don't like TV screens. Tablets, so I don't really like it, but sometimes I like to test it. And this is the same for my search campaigns too. I'll test it for a while. After I will just switch it off. Sometimes, but other times just I just won't bother returning it. And you can leave the remaining like this. For the ad schedule, depends on your business, I guess. But Most of you guys will be running it all day, especially if it's a demand gen campaign, that's a YouTube campaign, and you can leave the remaining like that. So I'm just going to click on go to ad group one. Again, make sure you name your ad group. This is even more important than naming the campaign. So make sure you name your ad group. For the channels, let me choose on click this, and this. Since it's a YouTube ads campaign, we only want to be running on YouTube, right? So we're going to leave this. You can also uncheck some, maybe if you don't want your ads to appear on shorts, but I'm going to leave that. Very, very important. Your audiences. This is like the most important part of the campaign. So these the people you want to target. So before now, you should have done audience research and you should have gathered some audiences, right? The way YouTube ads campaigns work is that each ad group is going to target a different audience. So I'm going to add an audience. I have various audiences here. So I'm just going to use this audience. If you want me to create a tutorial on how to do audience research, you can drop in the comment section. Optimize targeting, I don't like to use optimized targeting, but it's your choice. You can test it out in the beginning. Personally, I don't really. I like as much control as possible. So I'm going to click on go to add one. So video ad. Make sure you've named your ad right. So I'm going to find the link to the product or to the page, like the final URL, and I'm going to paste it there. For the videos, I've already uploaded videos here, but if you haven't, just click on upload. So I'm just going to select a random video. Make sure your videos are very relevant to the campaign you are running. It's very important. Your videos will make or break your campaign. You can also choose where you want your videos to show. So you can click on this and you can select, but I'm going to leave it like that. So the next is our headlines and descriptions. So make sure you have generated headlines, descriptions, and long headlines before you started creating your campaign. Make sure they are very relevant. So because I've already created some, I'm just going to impute it and I'll get back to this video. All right. So once you filled it out, and make sure you give Google a lot to work with, right? I'm only using two because I don't want to basically go too deep into that. But make sure you use a lot as much as you can. Make it very relevant. So once you've done with imputing your headlines, long headlines, and descriptions, make sure to select a call to action test. So in my case, is buy now because it's a product. We book now if you are looking for people to book your services or book a call or whatever. It could be contact us. So select the one that is most relevant to your business. And after that, impute your business name. So for site links, I'm not going to go into assets and extensions in this video, but it's also important to add site links. Since I've already created, I could add and just apply. So I've added site links, but if you don't have, make sure you create. And for assets optimizations, there are some I like to use. I like I don't really like shorter videos, but I like resize videos because it makes your videos appear well on shorts or long form. So I'm going to leave it like this. I also like landing page previews. So yeah, um, I think that's all for the ad creation, and go to click on this go to review. So I'm just going to ignore this because I'm not really creating a real campaign, right? Also, Google might prompt you that you need to increase your budget. Ignore them, except you have a very unrealistic budget. I would suggest you ignore this, right? They just want you to spend more, basically. So yeah, just review your campaign. Make sure every setting is what you actually want. Make sure you haven't made any mistake. And once you are done, you click on this publish campaign button. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment. Also, if you want me to help you run your own YouTube ads campaign, you can click the link in the description to get in touch with me. And I'll see you in my next video.